Hello friends, and welcome back to Everyday Cooking with Mum and Me. Today we are going to be making an interesting, easy to make yet dynamic dish. Today we are making Ulta Vada Pav. Now not only does this remind you of back home, but it also combines with some modern ideas. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started! Today we will be using pav, also known as bread buns, 500 grams of boiled potatoes, 20 grams of butter, 4 green chilies, 30 grams of chickpea flour, a handful of coriander leaves, a few curry leaves, 1 tablespoon of a garlic and chili paste, 10 to 12 garlic cloves, oil as per your need, 500 ml of water, and not to forget my mum's special spice box. So the first step in this recipe is taking a heated pan. After this, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of oil along with mustard seeds, our garlic and green chili paste, and curry leaves. Then after giving this a quick mix, we're going to add in a teaspoon of sesame seeds. Then we can give this a quick saute for a minute or two. So now that we have a few flavours, a few spices in there, it's time to add in our mashed potatoes. After we've got that base layer in, we can add in a few spices. So we're going to add in half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and half a teaspoon of salt. Then again, we can give this a quick mix. And if you're struggling to mix at this point, you can add in a little splash of water. This will just make it a little bit easier for you. Then we're going to add in coriander and our butter cubes. The butter is going to give it this smooth, shiny texture, which will help us boost our flavours as well. And then we'll give this another mix and turn off the heat and allow this to cool down before we shape it. So whilst we wait, we're going to make the famous red Vada Pav chutney. So in order to make that famous chutney, we're going to take our pan and then add in 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Then we can also have a few garlic cloves and just slightly mix them and let them saute until they have this nice deep golden brown colour. Then we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of red chili powder. Now remember, this is something all about taste, so we're going to go fully in. Then we'll give this a good mix. Just make sure your flame is on low to medium because we don't want anything to burn. And then at this stage we can add in a few more garlic cloves and a splash of water, just again so we don't burn any of the chili or garlic. Then we'll give it a good mix. And now we can add in salt to taste. We're going to add in around half a teaspoon. And we're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. Now once this is nicely mixed, we're just going to cook it for a minute or two, and then we're going to blend it. So now our chutney is ready. So now we're going to make our batter. So we're going to add in our bowl of chickpea flour, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. And then just give this a little whisk. Then slowly we're going to add in some water. This is going to help it bind all together. So we're going to start by mixing and making a thick batter so we don't have any lumps. And then we're going to slowly add in more water as we go through. So as you can see, this is our thick batter. So we'll add in some more water. We don't want it to be too thin or too thick as we're going to coat our pav with it. So now you can just grease your hands a little bit before taking some of the mixture and making this nice round shape. This is going to go inside the bun. So we're going to keep doing this. You can also use this mixture for loads of other dishes like wraps, sandwiches, masala dosa, paratha. The list goes on forever. You can also add in some cheese cubes if you want this to be a cheesier dish. So now after we've done that, you can take your pavs and just apply some butter. You can be as generous as you want with it. And then we're going to put on our chutney. So we have the garlic chutney that we just made, and I'm also going to attach the link that you can find above to our green chutney. And then we can add in one of our potato fillings and just cover it with the other part of the bun. So like this, we're going to keep doing it. So now the final step of this amazing recipe is to take our vada and dip it into the batter that we just made. This is why it's important that it's not too thin or too thick, because it has to apply evenly. So we're just going to do this one at a time. So what this does is it brings out this different texture, it gives it this crispiness, and it also adds to the flavour, making this recipe so unique. So after a few seconds you can just flip it over to the other side. It also gives it this nice golden brown colour, just elevating the dish. So now, as you can see, it's got its nice golden brown colour. We can see that it's nice and crispy as well. So we can just repeat the process for the rest of the vadas. Now before you go today, we also have a little additional part to this recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chilies and we're just going to slice it through the middle like this. And then we're going to deep fry them, because you might know that Vada Pavs are just incomplete without this extra bit of flavour to it. So you can just take the chilies and fry them like this. And now it's time for plating. I hope you've liked this recipe, and if you did, then please don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, share with friends and family, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing videos just like this one. Bye for now, thanks for watching, happy cooking!